The first month is a watch because of certain prophetic clues. For example, Joel 2:23 tells us the rain will come down in the first month, but we know it's not just talking about regular rain. Joel 2 is talking about the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord, according to 2 Peter 3, is the day when the earth will be burned. Revelation 18:2 and 8 says Babylon the Great, which covers the whole earth, will be burned. And in verse 21, it says this burning will be caused by a stone that will fall from heaven. Revelation 11:8 and 17:18 says Babylon is the great city spiritually called Sodom, and Luke 17:29 and 30 say that fire and brimstone will rain down from heaven in the end, just like it did on Sodom. So Joel chapter 2 is referring to the day of the Lord when the fire and brimstone rain down from heaven. This is also confirmed in verses 2 through 5, which talks about a strong people who destroy the earth. It says they look like horses and sound like chariots. And in verse 25, they're referred to as locusts. This is referenced in Revelation 9. It says, after the star falls from heaven, strange people like locusts will come out. And verses 7 and 9 confirm that they look like horses and sound like chariots. The third confirmation that Joel 2 is talking about the asteroid impact is in verse 10, where it says the earth will quake and the sun, moon, and stars will go dark. This is referenced in Revelation 9 verse 2, where it says the star will fall to earth and open a pit, and the smoke that rises out of that pit will darken the sky. This is mentioned in Matthew 24:29, where it says that this darkening of the sky will occur immediately after the tribulation of the days. In other videos, we talk about how we know the end of the tribulation of days is most likely sometime between 1945 and 2045, which means we're in the window for that event now. Joel 2 also mentions the escape, which the prophecies tell us will occur at the asteroid. It says in verse 16 that the bride and bridegroom will come out of their closet at this time. In Revelation 18:23, it says the bride and bridegroom will be gone when Babylon falls. This is also confirmed in Jeremiah 25:10, where it more specifically says the bride and bridegroom will be taken when Babylon falls. This is also explained in more detail in Luke 17:29 through 37, confirming that one will be taken and the other left when the fire and brimstone rain down from heaven. So it's clear that Joel 2 is talking about the asteroid impact and rescue, and it says in verse 23 that the Lord will cause the rain to come down for you in the first month. And notice there are 3 words for rain used in this verse. The first word for rain, number 1653, simply means rain, but the word translated as former rain, number 4175, stems from word number 3384, which means to throw, shoot, cast, pour, or shoot arrows. And this word translated as latter rain, number 4456, stems from word 3953, which means gather. So it's saying that God will cause the rain to come down in the first month, and more specifically, the rain of arrows, along with the gathering of the elect. In addition, Joshua 5 and 6 talk about the people ascending up in the first month. In chapter 5, verses 10 and 11, it says the people were observing Passover and unleavened bread, which Leviticus 23 tells us are in the first month. Then chapter 6, verses 4 and 5 says they marched around the city for 6 days, and on the 7th day they blew the trumpets, and the walls of the city fell. This is a reference to the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which lasts 7 days, but it's also a reference to the Feast of Trumpets, which occurs in the 7th month. So this is yet another confirmation that the biblical calendar was indeed meant to be observed in both the northern and southern hemispheres, with the 1st and 7th months happening simultaneously, joining trumpets and tabernacles with Passover and unleavened bread. The 10 plagues of Egypt and the escape from Egypt also occurred in the first month. This is explained in Exodus 12. The 10 plagues of Egypt are the 7 plagues of Babylon. We know this because first, Revelation 17:18 and 11:8 tell us that Babylon is the great city, and the great city is also known as Egypt and Sodom. Therefore, Babylon is Egypt in the end time. Second, In Revelation 16, 9, and 21, the vials of wrath that are poured out on Babylon are described as plagues. So this is telling us that the plagues of Babylon are the plagues of Egypt. And when we understand that the 7 plagues are an asteroid impact, then we can see that the 10 plagues are the effects of the asteroid impact. The 7 plagues of Babylon occur simultaneously with the 7 trumpets. We know this because they are describing the same or complementary events. They both represent the fall of Babylon, and Revelation 18, 10, 17, and 19 tell us Babylon falls in 1 hour. So the trumpets are a reference to the Feast of Trumpets in the 7th month. The plagues of Babylon occur along with the trumpets. The plagues of Babylon include the plagues of Egypt, which occur in the 1st month, and the 1st month is the 7th month in the opposite hemisphere. This is why the 1st month is always a watch in both hemispheres for both the asteroid impact and rapture escape. For more information on the ancient biblical calendar, go to indigoflower.net. Thank you so much to those who make this work possible. If you like this video and want to see more like it, please consider providing support. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you again soon.